Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Self-Published Success, a show that highlights forward-thinking self-publishing processes to give you the head start you desire on your authorship journey. My name is John Feldman, founder of Visionary Literary, and in today's episode, I want to give some answers to the most common question prospective authors ask us. What's the marketing look like? So in today's episode, we'll be discussing this, one of the biggest challenges facing self-published authors, which is getting your book seen by readers. Specifically, we'll look into the difference between paid and organic, which is free, visibility. And we'll talk about how to leverage each to gain more exposure for your book. And to answer that question that everyone has, what does the marketing look like? So there are two different ways to market your book. And if you have gained free access to our company book at visionaryliterary.com/free book, you will have made it to the end and gotten that free 11-page marketing plan template. If you did, this is news that will probably just be a refresher to you. But if you haven't, there are two different types of marketing, of book marketing, getting your book in front of potential readers, paid and organic, paid and free. So I want to start with paid, because this is the one that most prospective authors, especially if you are a new fiction author, or you're just writing some short lead generation book, you're just starting your business, you want to steer clear of paid visibility because it seems kind of scary. You don't know about return on investment or how it will play out. You don't want to waste your limited budget that you have for marketing your book. So I want to start here because it's not as scary as it sounds. So paid just refers to any kind of advertising or marketing that you pay for to get in front of people. We all have Facebook, we all have Instagram, we have all seen what ads look like inside of our news feeds, and your book can be one of them. So there's Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Amazon ads, Google ads, BookBub ads. There are so many different ways in which you can pay to get your book in front of potential readers. The main advantage of paid ads is that you, especially now with software and the way everything is set up, you can target your specific audience, not only by demographics, right? So if you are writing a YA book and you're looking for the young adult audience, you can target them down by demographic, by their age, by their gender, by their location, their geographic location. But demographics is just the start. When it comes to things like Facebook and Google and Amazon, your buying habits and what you view, what you look into, like it seems very invasive that these companies know this. But from a marketing standpoint and finding your target reader without spending a bunch of money getting your ad in front of people that don't care about it, if you look into those psychographics, those deeper rooted things, the likes and the dislikes of people, what their buying habits are, what their interests are, these are things that you can target through a paid advertisement. So you can only get your ad placed in front of people who are interested in your book. So again, if you're writing a YA book, and it's targeted toward a certain demographic, but the main plot or theme of the book is going to be very interesting for someone who aspires to be a financial advisor. I don't know. Like these are things that you can really, really niche down. And again, just do everything that you can to get in front of the right people. So paid visibility, paying to get in front of the right eyes. Organic visibility is free. So organic just refers to any kind of exposure that you get to your book without having to pay for it. So when you first publish your book and you ask your friends and family to tell everyone about it, that's free. That's word of mouth recommendation. You can have, when book reviews come into Amazon and onto any other site where people review your book, that can be organic because that's free. If you share your posts on social media, if other people share it on social media with hashtagging or sharing, messaging, anything like that, anything that you can do to get in front of other people, podcasting, without paying for it and is free is organic. So organic can be effective. Again, it's a little bit more work. You have to really build an audience before you really see anything that stands out. But there are people who are kind of sick of seeing ads, who are becoming numb to ads. So organic ways of getting in front of your potential reader can be good because they will pay attention to them. So again, it's a little bit more difficult to get right in front of the ideal reader with organic strategies because you can't, pick out those demographic and psychographic things that you can pick out with an ad. So paid versus organic, right? Let's move into some strategies for both now. So to gain exposure with paid visibility, you have a few different options, right? So obviously, like I said earlier, with the social media is huge. Social media, Amazon, since we are talking books, Google ads, you can push, Google ads people to your website, which can link to your book, and then BookBub, which is an incredible resource. I could talk for a long time. It can be a little bit expensive if you run a featured deal on BookBub, but you can also, they have pay-per-click ads, which you can manage your money. So you don't have to go spending a ton of money. You can spend, I don't know, $10, $20 a day if you want, and you should still see good results. But there are a few tips. There are many different paid marketing strategies, but 3 tips that you should take with you into your paid marketing approach. Number 1 is to define your target audience. Before spending any money, go into the demographics and those psychographics of people. It's exciting to put your ad together and want to get it out there and cross your fingers. But if it'll be very disheartening. And I've done it many times, early in my career before I figured out how to go deep into the demographics and psychographics. You get excited, you come up with some images and some nice, exciting copywriting for your ad, and you just push it out into the world and you think this is going to be great. This ad speaks to everyone. This book can be great for everyone. And then you just see your cost per click, the money that you have to spend on this ad rising and rising and rising, and you're not getting any book sales. It can be very disheartening. So number 1, take your time to define your target audience, not only for your book, but for your ad as well. Number 2, start small. So like I said, with that BookBub ad, $10, $20 a day, pay-per-click ads through Google, Amazon, or BookBub, or any other pay-per-click strategy. Same thing with Facebook and Instagram ads. You control your daily budget. You input how much you want to spend either per click if you're doing a pay-per-click ad, or a daily if you don't have any experience with pay-per-click and you're wondering, John, what are you talking about when you say pay-per-click? That's okay. It's just put your daily budget, your daily cap in there. So if you only want to spend $5 a day because you have a small budget and you just want to throw out feelers and see how this works, $5 a day for 7 days. It's $35 just to see what kind of traction you get. Then you can adjust. If you don't get any traction, maybe change up your ad, maybe change up your copywriting or your graphics, and then you can increase once you are a little bit more confident. So number 2, start small with your pricing. And number 3 is track your results, because if you don't know how your ads are performing, how do you know if you want to put more money into ads or if you need to switch up your graphics or your copy? So track your results. And one important thing to know is, say you're spending $35 in 7 days. You're spending $5 per day. And if each of your books earns you a royalty, a revenue of $1, you have to sell 5 copies per day just to break even so that you make the money back that you're spending in ads. So track those results. You don't want to continue to spend money on ads if you're not making that money back to at least break even. So keep track your results, see what works, what doesn't work, what your return on investment looks like, and adjust your strategy from there. So when it comes to paid advertisements, number one, define your target audience. Number two, start small. Number three, track your results. No matter where you go with your paid strategy, no matter which platform you choose, stick with these three tips to begin with, and you'll be fine. Now moving into 3 tips with organic, free visibility for your book. So if you are just starting out and you have no budget, which is okay, 99% of us are in that stage at some point. If you have no budget or you're just not ready to put money into ads just yet, that's okay. There are 3 things that you can do for gaining visibility for your book in an organic way. Number 1, reviews. Social proof is so important in all of our buying decisions. Book reviews are one of the most powerful forms of organic exposure. Especially on Amazon, not only do Amazon reviews show social proof that people are reading your book and that you're liking it, but Amazon's algorithm, if they see that you're getting lots of reviews, lots of good reviews on your book, then they're going to push your book up in the rankings on the search results pages for different keywords that you have for your book. So encourage reviews. One thing to do is just ask people. Obviously with ebooks, it's much easier. If somebody reads an ebook on a Kindle, at the very end of the book, it prompts them to review. So if you're doing some kind of strategy where you're trying to, at the beginning, when you're trying to sell the most books possible, it's really beneficial to have to push toward an ebook strategy because you will get reviews from it. If you prefer to sell paperback or hardcover copies of your book, that's fine too. You can just, for instance, you can put a final page with a QR code in the back of your book that says, please review the book here. And it just goes right to your Amazon page, right to the review portion of your Amazon page, or Barnes & Noble, or wherever you want the person to go and leave a review, have a QR code or some kind of link in the back of the book. But really encourage reviews. For writers, we're hermit crabs. We're usually introverted. We don't like to ask for reviews. We don't like to burden people, but just ask for them. The worst that someone can say is no or ignore you altogether. But if you just ask people for reviews, you might be shocked to see that people are really willing to help you. Number 2 is leverage social media. Social media paid ads are great, but social media organic, you can still target people using hashtags. Or now, hashtags aren't the only way to search through social media now. Just specific phrases, but use hashtags, use phrases, and look and see what's trending. I mean, don't spam with a hashtag that talks about maybe the Super Bowl when your book is about, you have a fantasy novel. It's not going to draw the right crowd. But if you have relevant hashtags and relevant trending things that are going on inside of your space, send out a couple posts and make sure that the writing, that the caption and the hashtags are relevant, and you can really tap into what's trending. And then number 3, connect with bloggers, influencers, and podcasters who are in your space. Look for people, and newsletter owners too. Look for people who have already built an audience that you are looking to sell to. So instead of putting in all this work to try to sell one person or to try to get a review from one person, why not reach out to a blogger or a podcaster who has, I don't know, several hundred or several thousand or tens of thousands of followers who fall into your target reader demographic and psychographic. So connect with these people. And once again, the worst they can say is no. Reach out to them. Being an introvert is okay. You're a writer. Everyone understands, but reach out, see what they have to say. The worst thing that happens is your email or your DM is completely ignored. Oh, well, you move on to the next one. But try to connect with people. Try to build your network. Your network is your net worth. So build out that network, speak with people, and connect with them. So when it comes to gaining exposure with organic visibility, encourage reviews, leverage social media, and connect with bloggers and influencers. So hopefully that answers some questions. It's very, very brief. If you get the book, visionaryliterary.com/free book. That is a free PDF version of our book, Your Book on Your Terms, walks you through the entire process from start to finish, from idea all the way through publication and promotion. And you have an 11-page marketing book launch template inside of that book that I encourage you to use. This is just a supplement to that, and I hope that this has helped you gain some clarity so that you can confidently move forward with your book launch and your book marketing strategy. As always, thank you for listening. If you found this episode valuable, please leave a review. Hey, sounds familiar. I know every podcast asks for this, and it can get exhausting trying to support every podcast you love, but we are on a mission to help every aspiring author write their book, and we can't get there alone. If you're one of those aspiring authors, don't forget to utilize the free roadmap we've created for you, the aspiring author, to find success on your authorship journey. Go to visionaryliterary.com/free book to get started today. Thank you again for listening.